we can hop right into it. Are you ready to go, Justin?
Ready to go.
Beautiful. All right, so today we're doing On Top of the World with Della. Super excited to show off this community. We have a ton of people asking about it, so this should be good. We'll get into the area, financials, how much it costs to live there, and we'll show off some amenities and talk with Della. How you doing, Della?
Good, good. Thank you. How are you guys?
We're
Excellent.
doing great.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. So we can hop right into it, and if we want to pull up a map and just kind of talk about, the location of On Top of the World, and then also people always want to know, closest hospitals, things like that. So if you kind of want to riff on that, Della.
Well, I think the best thing about Ocala is we're kind of in the middle of everywhere. We're almost a little northern smack in the middle of the state. Ocala does boast the fact that there's never been a hurricane that's hit here. You're only 90 minutes from two major airports of Tampa and Orlando International Airport. You're about 90 minutes, almost 2 hours from the East Coast beaches, Daytona, New Smyrna, 40 minutes from Crystal River on the West Coast, where there's lots of things to do there. We have a lot of hospitals and ERs here in Ocala. Just 2 miles down the road from On Top of the World, we have an Advent ER that also can do X-ray, urology, and ultrasounds. We have a large Advent hospital downtown, just 11 miles away. We have a fire department very, very close by, and there's just a ton of cardio, urology, a ton of medical all the way down Highway 200 to downtown.
Beautiful. And the closest VA, would it be in Lake Nona or would it be in Gainesville?
No, we actually have a satellite VA here in Ocala down on
cool.
11th Street. Anybody can Google it, but if you want to get to the big one, there is one in Gainesville, which is also where Shands is, famous for cardiology and urology, only an hour away.
Cool. Okay. Very cool. And then On Top of the World, so in terms of shopping and stuff like that, everything's kind of just right outside the gates of On Top of the World?
Yes, lots of shopping on Highway 200. So you kind of have what's on the east side of 75 and on the west side of 75. On the east side of 75, you're going a little further downtown. So they have the Paddock Mall, they have Dickies, Sporting Goods, they have Kohl's, they have all these wonderful, wonderful shopping of Target and just a bunch of plaza shopping, TJ Maxx, Ross. Kind of on the west side, which is where On Top of the World is, we have lots of shopping. We have Bell's Outlet. We have a regular Bell's and the outlet. You have a ton of two plazas that offer lots of different shopping and boutique shopping.
Okay. And 70, it's right at, if you want to go north, Justin, it's that intersection just right up there, right? Where I-4 turns in? Or am I looking at the wrong spot?
75?
Yeah.
That's 75.
What's that?
That's 75.
Yeah, and then it...
Yeah, gauge it by 75.
Oh, okay, sorry. So right up the road, and that's probably just 5 minutes up the road where you can kind of hit that intersection. There's shopping on both sides.
Absolutely. Highway 200 has a lot from one end, from Highway 484 all the way through downtown Ocala. You have just tons of shopping. And a lot of folks like to, take a little field trip and go over to the villages and enjoy all of their shopping, and then they get to come back here.
Yeah.
And how far south is the villages?
40 minutes over to Wildwood. It's not very far at all.
Okay, cool.
So is your downtown, Della, in Ocala pretty cute? I know a lot of the downtown areas are being developed now with new mom and pop restaurants and fun stuff to do.
Oh gosh, Nikki, it's adorable. Every Friday, the first Friday of every month, they have a downtown walk in our downtown. And that's when all the vendors come out. They have a lot of antique shops. They have a ton of boutique restaurants. And they typically have a band in the very center of downtown that will give you some nightlife there on occasion and during the city walks. They also have a real old-fashioned movie theater with red velvet seats and everything, and they actually play current movies.
That's cool. Beautiful. And then Crystal River is awesome. We need to go over there and do a video, but that's like where Monkey Island is, and they film Tarzan and stuff, right?
Yeah, you can get into some of that for sure. They have a little tiny island called Pine Island, which is a man-made sand beach. It's adorable. They actually have a dolphin encounter over there. They have freshwater and saltwater charter fishing for those who like both. They have a really adorable restaurant over there called Crackers. And if you sit out there right at you can see the best sunset when you're sitting overlooking the water over in Crackers. Very popular. A ton of little beachy kind of style, antique places to shop over there. Really adorable. Definitely worth taking a look over there.
Plus, Ocala is that's where you used to go with Justin up on your mountain bikes and stuff. Isn't there a lot of trail riding and springs, and it's got a lot of nature?
Yeah, you've got Homosassa, Inverness, and you've got the Withlacoochee State Park, which is famous for their rails to trails bike riding. They have like a 41-mile biking track. You don't even have to do the whole thing, but a lot of it's in the shade, so it's kind of nice to even do during the summer.
That's cool. Yeah, there's a ton of outdoor recreational opportunities in Ocala.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
really cute too. Denellen is only 20 minutes away. That's where the Big Rainbow River is. So you can plop yourself in a tube and float down, or you can do a board, a canoe, kayaking. Very, very busy this time of year. The waters all in these rivers stay 72 degrees year round, and it's beautiful.
That sounds fun. We
Yeah,
should
that's
do
awesome.
that
Yeah.
on video
Oh, and
too.
don't forget Swampy's. Swampy's is there. Swampy's is a really adorable restaurant on the river, so you can actually sit outside under an umbrella and watch the people go by and eat and have cocktails. It's real nice.
That sounds fun. We're gonna have to come up there and hang out with you and do some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it'd be fun.
Yeah.
So we can hop into some information about On Top of the World. You know, everyone always wants to know the financials. So, you know, HOA and then sort of the price range of homes from the lowest you can get in to the absolute highest, and then probably what the median is. You know, what's a good budget if you are looking in Top of the World to come in with?
Well, I would definitely say there's a big difference between new build and pre-owned homes. New build has spiked over $50,000 per home since October of last year.
Wow.
Design is high, lots are high, and right now they're kind of only releasing about 45 lots a month. So come ready to spend some money and wait 10 months or longer to build. Right now, my personal recommendation and for your money is pre-owned homes. Right now, new homes are ranging anywhere from $227,000 all the way up to $388,000. Same thing with Stone Creek, up to $400,000 there. I feel like with pre-homes, you get a lot more for your buck. And again, everything kind of ranges. Inventory is short right now, but I kind of see a little bit of a trending going on that things that are going on the market are not going in 5 minutes. So we are seeing a little bit difference in the trend, but lots of price ranges. I would say, you know, maintenance free is a great way to go. We could find you a beautiful maintenance free home around $300,000, really nice, something newer. But don't discard the older pre-owned homes because I live here and they were built fantastic.
Well, and some people have updated them and stuff like that anyway. So when you say maintenance free, if you don't mind, I'll just ask. So On Top of the World, is everything included in all of their neighborhoods? I think there's a few different neighborhoods, isn't there?
Yes, you have maintenance free and then you have fee simple. There are a few communities like Wayborn Landing, Indigo, those are fee simple. Candler Hills, East and West are all fee simple properties. When you go inside the gates, there's a certain place where it starts into Meridian Preserve, which is actually has Friendship Colony, Avalon, Providence, some of these different areas that are maintenance free. Now, what do you get with that? Okay, so with maintenance free On Top of the World, they do all the mowing, weeding, edging, and blowing. They fertilize the yards twice a year. Irrigation is on you. If you have a problem with your irrigation and, you know, pieces and parts go bad, and the water bill is on you. A little bit different in Stone Creek if we want to get into that. But they also, On Top of the World, paint your house every 7 years, and you're part of this HO6 insurance policy, which covers you up to a certain amount in catastrophe. which they've never had here.
Well, can I interject? Because one of the things that people hear is the 99-year lease thing, and that's your maintenance-free sections. And then, because a lot of people don't know maybe what fee simple means, but that's where you actually own the land yourself and the home.
Correct.
On these 99-year
Correct.
lease, that's the maintenance fee.
Right. A lot of people have the hardest time explaining leasehold, okay? So On Top of the World owns the land, but you have ownership rights. You can buy it, you can sell it, you do pay taxes on it. It's really just a legal way to ensure that there will always be able to go on the property and mow it. When you live here, I live in a maintenance-free house. If I plant something, you're allowed to plant plants if you want to, and you get a relationship with the parkway maintenance, and you tell them, please don't mow this or please don't trim that. Considering how many people they have to please, they actually do a really good job. So don't let the leasehold thing hang you up from purchasing a home. You just have to be careful of lenders because not all lenders do it. But I have lenders who do, so that's never a problem. And in 99 years, what do you worry about? I mean, if you buy a home, they hear it's an '06, okay, you're 20 years, maybe not even that into it. But it's nothing that you should shy away from purchasing in.
Beautiful. So what are the HOA fees? And I know they're different depending on your section, but if you could dive into that a little bit.
Yeah, new homes. So HOAs are up and down. One, depending on the age of the home. So a home that was built, 10 years ago, the maintenance free is going to be a little less. Right now, with a brand new build home, the HOA is $382 and I believe 13 cents. We don't like to get quoted on these things because, as you know, in new home development, they can change their mind very quickly, but that's what's trending right now. Now, I'm in maintenance free. My home is 16 years old. I probably pay $320. So they vary depending on the age of the home. But all your amenities are included. There are no extra costs unless you want to get involved in a club. So if you're in wood shop or RC flying or the cars or drone, they might charge extra for these clubs. Ballroom dancing, things like that, they might charge for a series of time. But other than that, everything's covered.
Well, and typically, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like with the clubs, a lot of times the money just goes into the clubs in terms of like maintaining the RC field, and it's not crazy a lot. It's for that community.
Exactly. And when you go to the RC field, you'll notice that they do have charging stations for the electric planes. People usually bring their own gas. They have benches. So yeah, the fees do go towards that and to putting on any events that they might have. So, and it's not very expensive. I think the wood shop is like $30, $40 a year. So it's not that much.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So aside from your mortgage and your taxes, because that's going to depend on your mortgage, what do you think ballpark, and obviously this stuff changes, you got to reach out if you really want to know, but what do you think ballpark would be a good like monthly budget in terms of additional costs for living in On Top of the World?
Yeah, if you were in a maintenance-free HOA, let's just roll it out a little bit. Say it's around $380 a month, then you roll in your power and your water. I would say you're probably no more than $600 to $700 a month on top of your mortgage.
Beautiful. Okay. Very cool.
It's not that bad. It's really good.
Yeah. Well,
now, I just want to point out one more thing. Whether you buy fee simple or you buy maintenance free, the HOAs kind of work themselves out because like over in Candler Hills, their HOA might be $270, $280 a month, but nobody likes to mow. So they're probably going to hire somebody to mow, and you could probably count that being about $100 a month. So you're kind of right there at maintenance free. It's just a matter of preference, actually. That's all.
Yeah, but it generally does wash depending upon what they include.
Yeah.
Cool. I'd be out there mowing in my boxers every morning.
Well, you get a lot of lookers.
So, oh boy, he makes comments on my comments. So
there are a couple of differences about Stone Creek.
Well, we're going to stay on Top of the World and then do Stone Creek.
Yeah, we'll do a whole
different.
separate video. Keep an eye out for Stone Creek, guys.
Yeah, that's going to come along next. So probably of interest is how many homes And where you're at with that, and the size of homes, and the style of homes.
Oh, yes. How many? If you actually Google that topic, they're geared to build a total of 10,000 homes in here. I would say they are 3/4 built out. The numbers are always a little bit different. The Colons are very careful about what they say and what they release. Last I heard, we had probably close to 8,800 homes. But yet they're saying there's going to be more to build for probably a good 5 to 7 years, but I've heard that story change a bit. The nice thing is I don't think there will be any more than 10,000 homes. They're getting down to the last building out for Candler Hills and the last of the golf course views, which I've heard we're going to be going for a minimum of 90,000 for those lots. So I don't anticipate there being now Wayborn Landing. That's probably outside the gates. That will continue to build out for probably another 10 years. So outside the gates is going to be a little bit longer. Indigo is finished. So I do see a building going on in here for a little bit longer. Longleaf is going to continue to build out for a while. But as far as Candler Hills, that's kind of winding down to an end.
Beautiful.
So the style of home, and then, is that me whistling? It's probably a cricket, Nick. It's Felix. He's alive. Anyway, we'll ignore that sound, whatever that sound is. So as far as size of homes and then average cost, just ballpark, small home would cost this. Do you have manufactured homes and on top of the world? You know, that kind of thing. What do we have?
No, all the homes are block homes, so a block on stucco. So no, you don't have that. Only some of the older section where the homes are over 30 years, the villas, if you could catch one, they're still block homes, but they were attached villas. As far as cost, the older the home, the less the cost. The power bills don't run very high here. People are really good about that. I would say I actually pay probably less than $100 a month, and I keep my air conditioner like at 72 when I'm home all the time. Water is an expense, so they always recommend that you only water twice a week during the spring and summer and once a week during the fall and winter. If you use a lot of water, it will come out of your pocket. I've seen some folks say, oops, I guess I overwatered. I had a $200 water bill. There are two water bills in On Top of the World. First, you have Bay Laurel, which is owned by On Top of the World, and they come out with your irrigation. Then you have the Marion County Water District, which is your house water. So a little bit, you will have two water bills, but yeah, you got to watch that irrigation bill. But you shouldn't have a hard time with worrying about it because we're getting rain during the summer months.
Yes,
but,
and then
yeah,
so
I would, just allow.
Sorry. So the smallest house, though, as far as a budget for a home purchase, would you say what's your smallest price to the highest you can pay for a home?
Okay, so the smallest home series is called the Carriage Cottage series. They start from $226,999 all the way up to the Estate series. The most expensive home right now is priced at $387,999. That's today. Like I said, there have been quite a few price increases this year. And then you still have the cost of the lot. And then you still have the cost of design. And please, everybody, make sure you remember that On Top of the World, whether it's a new home or a pre-owned home, they require 20% down, and they do not do VA loans.
Yep. And so do resales, are they around that same price budget then? 200 to 6?
Well, right now, I mean, sometimes you can catch a villa for under $200,000. So when folks come and they say, oh, yeah, I have a budget of $200,000, I tell them there are other communities, but nothing like On Top of the World, but you're going to get a really older home if you're under $200,000. You've got to get up to at least $250 to $300 to even start getting, your 1,600 and up square foot homes in maintenance free. And then if you go big estate right now, you can probably count that you're going to be well over $350 for those.
Thank you for that.
Cool. Well, let's check out some footage.
Pull that up.
Is this Candler Village? Candler or?
I think this is the Della, you can just like based
Okay,
on what
this
you're
kind of
seeing,
looks
kind of
like
tell us what's
Meridian
happening.
Preserve. These look like your maintenance-free homes. Remember, On Top of the World has 3 golf courses, 2 private, 2 semi-private. This kind of looks like the maintenance-free. Now, this footage actually looks kind of like Candler Hills. This over there where they were building could have probably been Wayborn Landing because that's where a lot of the building is going on right now, as well as Longleaf. This looks like a shot of the Links golf course. It's what it looks like to me.
When there's
So
that
Candler
club.
is semi-private.
Okay.
And they don't allow gas golf carts. So we get a lot of folks that move from the villages to here, and they have to have gas over there in the villages because they're so big and there's so many people and they've got a long ways to go. But here On Top of the World, no. That looks like the recreation center. That's the original structure that's been here. They refurbish it every 10 years. You've got your pool, your pickleball courts, which they are in the process of expanding right now. They have men and women softball over there, miniature golf, horseshoes, cornhole. They have all kinds of cool things over there. So you're looking at the rec center right now. Now there's the miniature golf. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've seen miniature golf at a community.
Hey, listen, when people have their kids and grandkids come for the summer, it's a fun thing to do over there.
Yeah, for sure.
So that looks like the pool area. So the best thing about the recreation center, bring the kids there because they have music and food. The pub is in there. So you can actually get poolside cocktails and food. And you have the racquetball courts there.
And that's unusual.
And
Racquetball's not available in most of these communities.
I don't know why, because people love it. And On Top of the World, they actually play volleyball. If you've never heard of that, that's kind of cool. If you like traditional volleyball, they use the wall to volley so nobody gets hit in the face. There's no spiking or anything allowed. There's a library, a hobby center over there. They've got a hobby building with the wood shop, library, craft store over there. That's where all people do their crafts. And the model train center is over there in that hobby building.
So that's a pretty good sized community. Can you get, and I might be segueing into something I shouldn't.
Yeah, now you're into the
Can
veterans
you get to
part.
grocery stores on your golf cart?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's probably the funnest thing about On Top of the World. They even have more golf cart paths going in right now. So you can go to 2 big plazas right outside the 200 gates. You can go to Dunkin' Donuts in there. You can go to the Publix, which is called Publix at On Top of the World. There's the Paisano restaurants on one side, and then there's El Mezcal Mexican, which is delicious on the other side. You can go to the post office. You can go to the doctor, the dentist. People go down to 1 car because you're not really leaving anybody stranded. You can still go to all your amenities. You can also go to the Walmart marketplace. Grocery store, you can go get your nails done, your hair done. There's just endless. The dentist, there's just so many things you can do in a golf cart. This, what you're looking at, is the Veterans Park. It's only a couple of years old. In there is a playground, basketball, pavilions. They do have horseshoes over there, and they have archery, which is really cool. They have also a dog park there. So there's a community garden, very large facility, and it's still in the works. But we have like 3 community gardens here. So if you like having a little bit of a country feel and want to plant your own stuff, you can rent a plot, and they have a garden club. It's all tons of fun over there.
That's that raceway.
You're looking at the flying field. Yeah, that's the flying field. You've got the racetrack. They have remote control cars, and they all zoom around. Big kids out there. Lots of fun, and it's fun to watch. Even if you don't do it, it's fun to watch. And I love one thing that they do for folks. If you're interested in RC flying, and they're very costly. The planes can get very expensive. They actually let you do a training session and give you a little plane to fly around and see if you actually like it before you invest in it. So I kind of like that too.
That's very good.
Yeah. Okay, now you're looking at the Arbors. Arbors is one of the other amenities. It has an indoor and outdoor pool, solar paneled, and all these pools are heated year-round. They have a Nautilus Fitness Center in there. This is a great place where people love to do water volleyball, water yoga. You can do lap swimming. The outdoor pool over there is a walk across. So it's great for rehabilitating knees and hips and things like that if you want to, take it easy. But it's really, and they have a jacuzzi over there. Now we're looking at the lodge. Okay, a couple things people need to know about the lodge. It looks like a mountain lodge inside. It's absolutely beautiful. It's only for the residents of Candler Hills. Now that doesn't mean you can't bring a guest. If you make friends with somebody over there, they have a ballroom in there where you can have parties. They have a beautiful pool as well. Candler actually has 2 private pools with a jacuzzi. And they have a big island kitchen in the back of that pool area that they do island parties. So the lodge has a lot of its own activities. So those folks over there, they do wine parties, jazz nights. They have a piano player come in there. There is some dancing that goes on there. They have potluck dinners. So Candler has its own amenities over there.
It seemed, if you don't mind me asking real quick, what was the, I guess, the purpose behind it being private?
The only thing that we can think of is that there was an exclusive amount of people in there and they pay a lot for their homes. Now, I have heard a rumor, and it's just a rumor, that they are building something similar to this in Longleaf, but it's just a rumor. Hopefully that would be true, because they're pretty good about keeping up with amenities with the amount of people.
Yeah.
And that's something. You'll never go to these pools and not be able to get a chair or an umbrella or service. So it's really nice. And you're looking at now the newer RV park that they just put in barely a year ago. They have slots available. Snowbirds come down and they get gobbled up pretty quickly, but it's a big facility. So that's your RV and storage facility.
Do you know, by any chance, do you know how much it costs for a RV lot?
It depends. Some are undercover, some aren't. I think the most is like $150. Not too bad, because they have a covered facility. They also have climate control. I think the storages are a little bit more than that, but not too much.
Okay.
There's a lot of green space up in Ocala too, huh?
Yeah, you got to remember, Mr. Colin still has his 1,000-acre cattle farm, okay? He still lives back there, where you see a lot in the back of these places. They're looking at the picture of a town square, and behind it is part of that 1,000-acre cattle farm. We don't know what's going to happen with that. Nobody does. People have lots that back up to it and love to go feed those cows. Now, the town square is open to the public, but it does have a VIP. This is all golf cart accessible. Every Thursday, they have a farmer's market, and there's a guy there that actually makes all the cute little signs for the light posts in people's yards. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights from 5 to 8, they actually do, they have concerts out there. So there's lots of things for people to do there. And in that plaza is also Sid's Coffee Shop. You're looking at the Cultural Center. Being a ballroom dancer, we were doing competitions every February, but they haven't had in the last 2 years. But they did recently have that footage you're seeing of all the horses.
You must love that since you're a horse gal, right?
Yes, I have horses. You are in the horse capital of the world. The Cultural Center fills up about 900 people, and I'm pretty sure they're back at full capacity now and selling tickets for the concerts they have going on there. It's really a lot of fun. It's a beautiful facility. There's a Mr. Scoop's Coffee. There's a Scoop's ice cream store over there. They have the Sid's Coffee Shop that's down there. There's a title company in there. There's an insurance. So there's a lot of cute little shops in there, but it's really, really open to the public. And a lot of people that live at Stone Creek can come over and enjoy this as well. So they've kind of made a lot of golf cart paths connecting these 2 communities together.
Very cool.
Beautiful. Well, let's hop into some FAQs. So this is one that I always see. Can you build a fence for a pet?
Yes, depending on the lot. That's the only thing I will say. You have to come back from the property line. You have to come in no less than 5 feet. Okay, so wherever your legend line is. I have seen these fences on golf courses. People ask that a lot. So a lot of times people just want their doggy to be able to go out and do a morning piddle, without having to go get dressed and take them to a dog park or walk them. So yes, 4 foot's allowed. I've seen chain link, I've seen vinyl, I've seen iron. Anytime you want to do something to the exterior of the home, no matter where you live on top of the world, you've got to get a modification from customer service. It's not that bad. You just take a picture, take it down there, tell them what you want, and then they'll give you a day or two to get it approved.
Cool. That's easy.
Yeah.
What about natural gas?
Yes, love natural gas. All the homes are built with natural gas. Whether you use it or not, it's up to you. They plumb it right out of the ground. You have gas stove, gas hot water tank, gas dryer. So you definitely can save some money. And even your central air and heat, the heat part is gas fired. Save some money.
Nice. Okay, cool. What are some other questions too that maybe when you're working with people on top of the world that you get commonly asked?
They usually ask me how high up the HOAs go. You know, will there be price increases? Yes, but I have not. My personal knowledge is looking, because I used to work in new home sales. I have not seen more than a $25 increase in 10 years. And that's pretty much something that they're proud of. They're very good about building amenities, and your HOA fees take care of them. So I feel really confident. Another question I get asked a lot is about the fencing. So that's a pretty common question. How long are they going to build out? You know, and just common questions, you know, price increases and things like that. But to my opinion, right now, to get the most for your buck is buy a pre-owned home.
Cool. Well, hey, if you're interested in purchasing a pre-owned home, you can visit explore55plus.com, or you can email us, call us. We can get you connected with Della. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Well, yeah, one more thing I'd like to add. If anybody is, you know, planning on doing a play and stay, when you call Explore 55, make sure that if you're planning a 4-day, 3-night or whatever you're going to do, make sure you let them know that you're working with an Explore 55 plus agent. It's always good to have outside representation. And again, we try to schedule in between you doing the tours with the new places and then working with the agents on pre-owned homes. So it all works out really well.
Yep, that covers all their bases.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you, Della.
All right. Thank you, Della.
Thank you.